Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you 7 exercises I personally use to rehab ACL and meniscus injuries. Whether you're in the early stages of recovery or working to get back into full performance and back to sport, these exercises will help you regain stability, strength and power in your knees. We'll start by talking about the anatomy of the knee joint and which muscles you need to focus on during your rehab. Then I'll take you through a combination of stability, strength and plyometric exercises that can be adjusted to any level of your recovery. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the knee joint and why ACL and meniscus injuries are so common. The knee is a hinge joint which connects your thigh bone or the femur to your shin bone, the tibia. The main structures involved in knee stability are as follows. You've got the ACL, which is the anterior cruciate ligament, and this ligament helps stabilize the knee, especially during twisting or sudden directional changes. You've also got the meniscus, which is the cartilage that acts as a cushion between your femur and tibia, helping with shock absorption and smooth movement. When you injure your ACL or meniscus, you lose a lot of the knee's natural stability and cushioning, which can make even simple movements painful or unstable. To recover, it's important to strengthen the muscles surrounding the knee and work on improving overall knee stability. First of all, you've got the quadriceps, which is a group of muscles made up of 4 different muscles. You've got the vastus medialis, the vastus lateralis, the rectus femoris, and the vastus intermedius. These muscles are responsible for knee extension, which is one of the most important functions that you've got available to the knee, and this is a very important function that's going to be included in every single stage of your rehab process, and these are muscles that are going to be loaded progressively over the entire period of your rehab. Afterwards, you've got the antagonists to the quadriceps, and for those of you who don't really know what the word antagonist means, we're talking about the opposite to the quads, and those are the hamstrings. You've got 3 muscles here. You've got the biceps femoris, which is essentially the biggest hamstring muscle. You've got the semitendinosus, and then you've got the semimembranosus. An interesting fact about these 2 muscles, obviously the names of most muscles give out either their shape, their function, or their location. When it comes to the semi-hamstring muscles, you've got the semitendinosus, which is essentially half a tendon. If you look at the muscle, you can see the massive and very long white line that connects to the actual red tissue, which is the muscle. And then you've got the semimembranosus, which again gives out its shape or the way it's kind of been made. And half of that structure is essentially a membrane, a very thick membrane made up of fascia and essentially tendon. That's what's interesting about these muscles. And what they mainly focus on is knee flexion, another very important movement that's going to be progressively loaded throughout the entire process of rehabbing both ACL and meniscus. Afterwards, you've got muscles that are a little bit far away from the knee, but pretty important when it comes to overall posterior chain strength, and we're talking about the gluteus maximus. These muscles will support hip stability, which is crucial for overall leg alignment and knee health. Finally, we're talking about the calf muscles, which have a role in essentially providing more support when you are walking, running, jumping, and those kind of movements, and they provide stability during these kind of weight bearing activities. So now that we've gone through some of the anatomy of the knee, let's move into the 7 exercises that will help you regain knee function, whether you're rehabbing from an ACL or a meniscus injury. These Stomper and Bosu clock exercises are highly effective for improving knee stability and endurance, largely due to the use of the Bosu bow, which creates an unstable surface that amplifies the challenge for your lower body. In both exercises, the inherent stability of the Bosu bow forces you to constantly adjust your posture, alignment, and muscle engagement to maintain balance. This dynamic environment makes it difficult for your body to rely on habitual movement patterns, meaning your stabilizer muscles, especially those around the knee, such as the quadriceps, the hamstrings, and smaller muscles, such as the popliteus, have to work harder to keep you stable. As you shift and move, your body recruits multiple muscle groups, and your joints and tendons must coordinate in real time to maintain alignment, which is key to preventing knee injuries and improving overall joint endurance. Beyond muscle engagement, both the Stomper and the Bosu clock exercises significantly enhance proprioception, which refers to your body's ability to sense and control its body's position in space. Scientifically, proprioception relies on sensory receptors called proprioceptors, which are located in your muscles, tendons, and joints. These receptors send continuous feedback to your brain about movement, tension, and joint angles. When you're standing or moving on a Bosu ball, these proprioceptors are activated at a much higher level due to the unstable surface. Your brain is receiving more complex and frequent information about your body's position, which requires you to make rapid adjustments to avoid losing balance. This constant feedback loop between the brain and body improves neuromuscular coordination, resulting in better balance, joint stability, and injury prevention. The combination of proprioceptive challenge and muscle activation in these exercises makes them an excellent choice for anyone looking to improve knee function, whether you're recovering from injury or aiming to enhance athletic performance. The side leap and crybaby exercises, and trust me, I come up with these names myself, are a fantastic combination for targeting the knee's ability to handle both transverse shock absorption and continuous repetitive movements, which are key elements that are often overlooked in traditional rehab programs. Many programs shy away from these types of dynamic exercises due to concerns over re-injury or a lack of understanding about the importance of progressive loading in knee rehabilitation. I personally love integrating these two exercises into rehab or strengthening routines because they each present a unique challenge that promotes both stability and resilience in the knee joint. The side leap itself is highly effective at helping the knee adapt to handling transverse stress and loaded rotation. When performing a side leap, you land with your back leg positioned behind you, causing a natural twist through the hips, knees, and lower body. This pivoting action, especially through the knee joint, forces the knee to absorb and stabilize under rotational forces, something that is critical for protecting structures like the meniscus and ACL from further injury. In real-life movements and sports, the knee is rarely subjected to purely linear forces. Instead, it's constantly dealing with rotational and lateral stress. This exercise helps build the knee's ability to withstand these forces, promoting healthy meniscus and ligament function, which is essential for avoiding re-injury. On the other hand, the crybaby exercise focuses on building endurance in the hamstrings, which are critical for supporting the knee. This simple yet highly effective drill involves continuous repetitive movements that drive large amounts of blood flow to the knee, which aids in both recovery and endurance building. The repetitive nature of this exercise works wonders for improving the capacity of the hamstrings to support the knee over extended periods, making it an essential movement for both injury prevention and performance enhancement. The hamstrings play a crucial role in stabilizing the knee, particularly by supporting the ACL, and having strong endurance-focused hamstrings helps protect the knee from both acute injuries and the wear and tear that comes from repetitive activities. Integrating both exercises into your program ensures that the knee is prepared for dynamic, real-world environments while also building the endurance needed for long-term joint health. The final chapter of the exercise selection focuses on loaded jumps and landing ability of the knee complex, essential for fully rehabilitating ligament and meniscus injuries and preparing the knee for dynamic real-world movements. In this section, I introduced 3 different variations that challenge both the jumping and landing aspects of knee function, each offering a unique approach to building strength, stability, and adaptability. Both jumping and landing are crucial for restoring the knee's ability to handle impact and directional changes, which is especially important after injury. First up is one of my all-time favorite drills, the X-band loaded jumps with alternating scissor kicks. I know it's a fancy name, but it suits the exercise perfectly. This drill is a fantastic tool for increasing maximal jumping output by allowing you to adjust the level of the band resistance. Whether you want to increase or decrease the resistance, this exercise lets you tailor the load to your current ability, making it great for targeting the quads, glutes, and hamstrings while enhancing explosive power. But just as important is the landing aspect. Since you are dynamically switching your feet mid-air with alternating scissor kicks, your body has to adjust to a new landing position each time. This constant change challenges your ability to make quick decisions and adapt your landing, which is crucial for real-life scenarios where you might need to react to sudden changes in direction or uneven surfaces. It helps strengthen the neuromuscular control necessary for ligaments and meniscus stability. Next, we progress to trap bar loaded jumps with resistance bands, and in this variation you load the movement using a trap bar, and for some, adding a resistance band can further challenge the exercise, especially if the bar weight alone alone isn't enough. This variation increases the overall load during both the jump and the landing phase, making it an excellent progression from the previous X-band scissor kicks. With more weight to control, your knee complex alongside your glutes, quads and hamstrings has to work harder to absorb the impacts during landing, promoting joint resilience and preparing the knee to handle heavier loads over time. This is a natural progression as you build strength and endurance throughout the rehab process, bridging the gap between rehabilitation and performance training. Finally, we have the partner-assisted jump and lands, where you either enlist someone to assist you with resistance bands or attach the band to a squat rack. I prefer using a partner because they can introduce a unpredictable element, pulling the bands in various directions during the jump. This unpredictability makes the exercise highly versatile and extremely effective for challenging the adaptability of your landing. You never know which direction the band will pull, which simulates real-world conditions where landings are often unplanned or uneven. This exercise is key for developing the ability to adapt to changing environments and improve proprioception, making it perfect for the final stages of ligament and meniscus rehabilitation. Altogether, these three variations provide a well-rounded, progressive approach to strengthening the knee's jumping and landing mechanics. It's important to understand that these are only 7 exercise examples that I personally use with my clients, and they are not the only ones out there. My exercise library is huge, and there can be different exercise combinations depending on client's level, anatomy, and other factors. The thing is that I really like these ones, and I like the way they work together, and I've also got some really good results working with them, and essentially I decided to share them with you and go deeper into explaining why I use them. So I hope you've enjoyed them, but still keep in mind that there's a lot more to do when you're dealing with these injuries. And there you have it, the 7 exercises that I personally use to rehab ACL and meniscus injuries. Remember, everyone's recovery is different, so it's important to adjust these exercises based on your current situation, level, anatomy. Obviously, if it's not you, it's your clients. You need to start slow, focus on good form, and gradually increase intensity as your knee gets stronger and stronger. The combination of stability, strength, and plyometric work is key to not only recovering from injury, but also preventing future issues. By strengthening the muscles around the knee and improving your overall balance and control, you can return to full performance safely. Thank you so much for watching once again, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this. You have no idea how much that helps the channel. Of course, if you want any tips or you have a question in mind, make sure you comment that below this video. Take care and see you in the next one.